Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I'm not going to play too many games today. Just running a little bit tired today, but I am continuing a game from M1keyD, which we did a few moves, so I'll do a quick video on this. And I've also started a new game with another challenger as well, Bodog, and yeah, I'll be doing a series with him as well. So this is the second game with M1keyD, because I blundered the first game. Now it's time to try and redeem myself, but today I feel like I've been pretty flat, like pretty tired, so I may have done an error. But so on these days like this, you want to do as less moves and games as possible, because you're just not feeling up for it, which you can't play good chess all the time. We trade. This is fun. He learned from his mistake last time, because when he trades here, then we just trade, and we're up with development. But when you force the knight to take there, then I lose my active piece as well, because then he takes, and then yeah, it's pretty equal position. So the computer likes this as well, and that's just the standard opening. And this is called the accelerated dragon from the opponent as well, so you can move your bishop here and attack down this way. Alright, so that's what he did. We're just doing simple development moves, putting pressure on the black king's weakness early on, which is the f7 square. Black's weakness, yeah. He opens up and moves his pawn. I'm not sure why he did that. He wanted to open up his bishop, I guess. So that's a good reason. And also, it sort of weakens his position here, weakens this pawn. So it's a big question mark, because this could easily be forked as well. So it's sort of a weakness with these things. So maybe he's better off moving here, pushing forward. So that looks a lot more solid. Anyway, so we're trying to put pressure on here. So this is probably pushing my queen out, which is probably a mistake because it's a little bit early, but it's also a good square, I believe, that we can go here. And I'm a bit worried about this diagonal square. We're defending the square twice, so this is no threat. So we just go to development, and then trying to work out which way we're going to castle. He castles, so he's going king side. Now you don't want to castle on the queen side because of his pawn structure is pretty weak. He's pretty solid here with his bishop here and his knight. When you castle on this side, especially as black, you don't want to lose this bishop, so that'll be one of my key goals, is to take out that bishop. Usually when you play this opening, you'll see a lot of opponents use their queen and bishop trying to trade up. So they'd have the queen here, and they'd send their bishop up here and try and trade. And what you can do as black in that situation is move your rook here, so then when your bishop goes here for a trade, you're not threatening there, and you just retreat. So that's just a little thing you need to know as well when you're playing as an accelerated dragon. Okay, so we castle queen side, so we're being aggressive. Probably shouldn't be aggressive on a day like this because I'm pretty flat, so a bit tired. So you probably should play boring and slow chess rather than sharp lines, but I can't help myself. So we queen, so we're on the same file as the queen, so that's really good. And unfortunately, I saw when I did this, I had a look and I was like, please don't see this move. And then of course he saw it, so because it skewers the queen and the rook. So yeah, as soon as I did it, I blundered and I was like, oh no. And yeah, that was a big blunder on my part, but maybe not a game crushing moment, but definitely if we hit an end game, having two rooks is preferable. So we still have a good file here, so not all ends, it's not all ending immediately. So now we've got the file here. We've got here as well. So when he moves here as well, because we're pinning the queen here, so what he should have done was remove the pin, because when you've got the pin, if you know how to use it, and what do you call it? How to punish your opponent. Moves like this I was thinking. So for instance, when you're moving here, he can't just take the pawn because you've got the queen. Okay, so and also the king's defending the rook, same as the knight as well. So we could do that and threaten the knight and the pawn at the same time. And then if we move here as well, and he ignores the threat, he just moves his knight and attacks my queen, which I thought he would. We move here, and then we can take here, he takes, and then we can take with the queen as well, and then he can take the queen, and then we take the queen. So it could end up all this disappeared and just have my rook sitting here. So it'd be up, would be probably equal material almost, and it'd be quite interesting because these pieces are all passive, and my rook would be very active, and it'd probably be good for me in the end. So maybe I should have done that, but we'll see how we go. So I did this move instead, so taking material here. So I could still, if you take here eventually and he takes here, and then take here, and then he takes there, we could do some trading type of thing and keep him trapped in the corner as well. So it depends. I've still got this move as well, which is nice, but he's got his knight here as well, so got to be mindful of this move as well, but we are defending it. So just got to look at all the different lines that we've got. So the bishops are looking good at the moment, and then because we've got the pin going, it's good, but we've got to remember once this queen moves, then we've got to move our bishop as well, because it's got to remove the pin. So we just got to have a look at our position, and yeah, so we've got, so some of our lines are really nice here. We've got some very active pieces, and our opponent is not so active. So especially this rook, and this rook's trapped as well, doing nothing. And the bishop is going to be a very powerful piece in the future, but as long as we can keep it locked down, hopefully we can get like the pawn here or something and try and trap it. So we've got some good play, even though we're down in a rook. He's only +1 at the moment, but the computer might be liking our position. It depends. Anyway, guys, and I'll finish it up there, and I'll play more moves tomorrow, and we'll continue the game. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.